Check. Welcome. Episode 12 of the Brown Bostonian Show. I'm your host, Kevin Prince Turner, a.k.a. the Brown Bostonian, a.k.a. Tsu Surf, a.k.a. the one and only, a.k.a. the two and only. And we back. We back. Week off. But nonetheless, a lot of good stuff happened. A lot of sports. Basketball, football is back. NFL, NBA is back. College sports is back. Everything's back. Arab is back. Everything's back. Everything's great. Free Tsu Surf. Free to wave. But first, we're going to get to the Patriots versus the Jets. Sunday, the Patriots beat the Jets 22-17. Coming off a loss against the Bears that did not look good. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi. It was a huge debacle. Huge debacle last weekend against the Bears, and then this past Sunday, Mac Jones got to start. He ended up being the Jets, but he did not look good, let's be honest. Mac Jones, 24 completions out of 35 passes, 194 yards through the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He threw a pick six before the first half that was ultimately called back, and when he did that, oh gosh, myself included, everybody was just like, yo, we're done. He was already on a thin leash, but he was not looking good. So, when you do that pick six, coming out at halftime, they got the ball. It was either he was going to score or he was going to be taken out. Best believe that. I have no doubt in my mind Mac Jones was very close. He was this close to be taken out of the game in the third quarter if he didn't score. But he did. He looked good. He looked all right. He didn't look good, but he did enough in the beginning. He was scrambling. He was moving around the pocket, but I see that his high ankle sprain, I think it bothered him still. Because in the second half, he didn't scramble at all. He didn't move around in the pocket. He didn't really get too much lift in the throw. So I think his ankle was still bothering him, but he knew not to come out. He knew he couldn't come out or else his starting job wouldn't be there. So I think that's what it is, but he got the job done nonetheless. I mean, the Patriots defense was the Patriots defense, how they've been all year. They've been good. They've been great. It wasn't good against the Bears. It was not good against the Bears. Yet, they got it done. Forcing Zach Wilson to throw 3 interceptions. Joe Flacco did not. He was on the sideline, injured or inactive. Devin McCourty, the veteran, caught 2 interceptions. Juwan Bentley with 1 interception. The defense was good. As I always said, the defense carried them throughout the game, as they always have, and it's always been my one thing that I have not liked about the Patriots. Patriots have just been relying so much on the defense that the offense can't do anything. But let me tell you something. These next two games are crucial for the Patriots. If they want to make the playoffs, they have to win these next 2 games. They'll play the Jets again. This week they have the Colts, and they're going to Indianapolis, which is a winnable game. They got to win that. Then they have a bye week, and then they have the Jets again. Let me tell you why they need to win this. Right now, they're 4-4. With Tua back, and I don't know if anyone saw, Tua was balling. Tyreek Hill, Waddle. Tua was back. Didn't think he was going to come back in the season. Didn't think he was going to come back at all. But he came back balling. Put up points, put up numbers. So with that, the Bills are looking like the Bills. The Dolphins look like the Dolphins. The Jets only beaten by a one-score game. This AFC East is tougher than I thought. I'm still going to stick by my opinion that eventually I think they get to the second spot. I know I said the first spot. I said the 1 and 2 spot, but now it's looking like just the 2 spot. But we'll see. Nonetheless, they have to win these next 2 games because after the Jets and the Colts, they have the Bills twice, which I don't see them splitting. It's possible they split. Anything can happen in division games, which makes it interesting. They have the Bills twice. They have the Dolphins at home, which I think they can win. It's going to be hard, but I think they can win it. Then they got the Cardinals, which is before it was a winnable game. But DeAndre Hopkins is back and he's balling. He's back. He looks the same as he was before. They got the Vikings, who've been looking like a top 5 NFL team. Then they got the Bengals. This is not in any order. I'm just telling you who they have. Then they got the Bengals, winnable game. The Bengals is just on and off. And they got the Raiders, winnable game. But those are all unsure games. They don't have any more Brown games. They don't have any more just Texan games. No. All tough games from here on out. They have a tough schedule. Patriots have a tough schedule. So the next 2 games to go 6-4 and hopefully get another 3 to 4 wins. They need it to at least get 9 to 10 wins on the season and get to the wild card. It's not gonna be easy. Right now they're 1 spot out of the playoff berth on the bubble. It's still halfway through the season, so we got to see what unfolds. But they need to step up. The one person I think needs to step up the most is Jacoby Myers. Sunday, he had 9 catches, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. He's clearly the favorite receiver for Mac Jones. And Bailey Zappi, he catches the receptions. He's the only one that can really get open. Devontae Parker is out. He's hurt now. I don't know how many weeks he'll miss. And then you got Nelson Aguilar. He's average. You got Hunter Henry. He's cool. He's kind of average too. And, Kendrick Bourne. You got no one really stepping up as much as they should. And then it's just Jacoby Myers, who's the only one that can really get open in a man-to-man situation, really catch the ball well, can get 2 feet in on the sideline. He's got to step up. And the trade deadline already passed. I believe it was early this week. And the Patriots made no move. So here we are with this offense, with these receivers. Ramondre Stevenson had a good game. 16 carries, 71 yards. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But these next 2 games, I think they just got to focus on winning those. You win those, they eventually get over 500, which is going to be huge. I don't think they can get to the playoffs if they don't win the next 2 games. But nonetheless, the Patriots, they got the job done. They got the job done against the Jets. Against the AFC East team. They're still 4th in the division, still last. But they're only a game behind the Jets and the Dolphins. And 2 games behind the Bills. Next, we're going to do some quick hits. Week 8 quick hits, recaps. The Bucs are in trouble. Lost to the Ravens. Bucs are in trouble. I think Tom Brady will figure it out. But that's just the kid in me who's seen him since I was a child. Seen every season, every game. So I think the Bucs are going to figure it out, but they're certainly in trouble. In trouble is an understatement, actually. They're in much trouble. Russell Wilson, he saved the season for now. They got a win. Much needed win because they was about to go down. But Russell Wilson, he got the win nonetheless. He survives another week. His team survives another week. Tua is back. As I said earlier in the show, Tua's back. And it just makes the AFC East the toughest division. I don't think there's any question about that. Toughest division. It's going to be a battle. But I actually think it's going to be 3 teams in that division make it to the playoffs. Hopefully it's the Patriots and not the Jets. Vikings, top 5 team. Said it earlier. Top 5 team in the NFL now. Dak is back for the Cowboys. Dak is back. Put up 49 points against the Chicago Bears. And they are scary. Very scary. Very scary. I think they have the potential to take the Eagles spot, and that's going to be, I can't wait for that game. I can't wait. I hope they're going to play each other. I can't wait to see that happen again with Dak back. Josh McDaniels, I think he's going to get fired. It's not getting it done. Josh McDaniels, I think I said it earlier in a couple of shows before. I can see him getting fired. I hope not. Love Josh McDaniels. I hope not. But I can see it happening and him coming to New England. And then hopefully making that offense better. Because it's not Mac Jones' fault. It's not Bailey Zappi's fault. It's not the receiver's fault. They just don't have the resources on offense. And that goes from coaching to players to everything. The offensive line. Guys are hurt on the offensive line. It goes to everything. Damian Harris is hurt. James White retired before the season started, which takes the dynamic out from the running backs. So with that, it just leaves, it really makes it tough for the Patriots offense just because their defense is so good with defensive-minded coaches all on that staff. There's no one there for offense. No money was spent on the offense. So hopefully Josh McDaniels, I hope he doesn't get fired, but if he does, I'll see him back on the Patriots as an offensive coordinator or a quarterback coach. Geno Smith stepping up for the Seahawks, beat the Giants. The Giants look really good even with that loss. Man, it is so tough to get a win in Seattle. That crowd, so loud, even through the television screens. The Seahawks they're a threat. They're probably one of the most dangerous teams in the NFC in terms of sleepers. Not sure if they're much of a sleeper, but in terms of like the top teams in the NFC, and then you got the Seahawks. No one wants to face them, especially face them at home, especially in that first round. 49ers, they got McCaffrey. Now they're the favorites to win the NFC, in my opinion. I know the Eagles, undefeated, only undefeated team so far in the season, but McCaffrey scored a touchdown passing last week, rushing and receiving. He's back to being himself. He deserves it. He deserves it. After spending years in North Carolina, whether he was hurt or whether he just didn't have the right teammates around him, he's back where he should be. Jimmy G has the tools around him. I don't know if he can make it. That conversation is for another day, if they can really win a Super Bowl with that. But they have become the favorites to win the NFC because of the personnel they have now. Offensive and defense. They got Debo, they got Kittle, they got McCaffrey. Bengals. They're too confusing. They're too confusing. I'm done with the quick hits on the Bengals. They are way too confusing to try to figure it out. I don't know. They win one week, they lose next week to bad teams, bad losses, good wins. I can't tell you. Jamar Chase is out, so obviously that makes a difference. He's injured. I don't know how many weeks he's gonna miss. Probably 4 weeks. Nonetheless, Bengals, they're too off and on for me to try to figure out. Next, week 9 prediction. Week 9 predictions. I'm gonna try to get through these fast. Eagles versus Texans. Oh, come on. We got the Eagles. Eagles. Simple. They're gonna remain undefeated on the season. Colts versus the Patriots. This is a good one. The Patriots are at home. They need this win. They know that. They have to know that. So, although the Colts can be cool, they can be okay, and then they can be bad at times. I got the Patriots. That's no bias. I got the Patriots in this one. Packers at Lions. Packers. Despite losing to the Bills last week, I saw the game. I like what I saw from the Packers. I think they could slip into a wild card spot. Right now, they're struggling, but what I saw from them, the fight they had against the Bills, and what Aaron Rodgers showed with his throwing ability, I think maybe not this season, but I got faith in the Packers a little bit. I got the Packers being the Lions though. Chargers at the Falcons. Chargers. Falcons look good though. Falcons look good this year. They look good this year. They might mess around and end up winning the division. Vikings at Commanders. Vikings. Panthers at Bengals. Hey man, I got the Bengals. Even though they're unreliable, I got the Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Raiders at Jags. If I'm being honest, I got the Jags. Raiders are just, they can't get it together. Devontae Adams, not enough targets towards him. Derek Carr, Josh McDaniels, I don't know what they're doing, but Devontae Adams need to find a way to get the ball to him. They just haven't been getting it done. Simple as that. Dolphins at Bears. Dolphins, even though the Bears are good offensively. Sleepers. Next, got the Seahawks at the Cardinals. That's going to be a good game. DeAndre Hopkins is back. Seahawks on the road. I got the Cardinals. One thing that hindered the Cardinals a lot was their passing offense. And with Hopkins back, arguably the best receiver in the game today, I think that changes the whole dynamic of this team, and they'll be able to go on a run. They still without Marquise Brown, but DeAndre Hopkins can make up for that easily, despite the Seahawks' good defense. Rams at Bucks. This is a big game. Both teams, both NFC teams, both high expectations going into the season, but have kind of fallen from the expectations, but still on the borderline of we can't completely count them out yet. This is a big game. I think whoever loses this game, it's safe to say you can count them out at this point, midway through the season. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I think Tom Brady just figures it out. I think he does. Titans at Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. Ravens at the Saints. I got the Ravens. Even though they have been inconsistent a lot, I got the Ravens. Next, that's it for the Week 9 predictions. Next, we're going to talk about some basketball. The Celtics. After going on a 3-0 start, the Celtics are now 4-3. They lost to the Cavs last night in overtime, 113-114. The Cavs look good. And here's my thing, right? This isn't last year where the Celtics were battling 500 record. They was battling a 500 record midway through the season, and then they turned it around. I don't think this is one of those teams. Now, don't get me wrong. The injuries and suspensions have hurt the Celtics. Grant Williams was suspended one game, in which they lost the game he was suspended. Robert Williams is still out. Blake Griffin's been inactive in some games. It's they're battling some injuries and some stuff until they can get their whole roster together. But nonetheless, the Celtics they got to step it up. Now, don't get me wrong. These losses weren't to scrubs. It was to the Bulls. It was to the Cavs. But you got to understand, when you're an Eastern Conference championship team, those guys are going to go at you. Especially the Cavs. They're hungry now. They got some young gunners on their team. They're so better now. And the Bulls. Those are just the Cavs and the Bulls are just like sleeper teams. I don't see them going to the finals. I don't see them, being a real threat, but yet and that's due to the lack of experience. But don't get it twisted. They're tough. They're tough, and the Celtics, these Eastern Conference games are going to be big. You can't just beat games against Charlotte, or against other teams that just are the Pistons. Games like the Cavs in Chicago, they have to be wins, and that's who they lost to. Jason Tatum has looked great offensively. He still has some tendencies where he settles a lot. Jaylen Brown, he's looked good. He's gotten better with his handle, with his shot, with his defense. Marcus Smart, I see he's shooting better. He's passing better. Malcolm Brogdon has been great. I think he deserves more minutes. I hear some people saying he deserves to be in the starting lineup and put Marcus Smart off the bench, or Derek White off the bench. I can see Derek White coming off the bench. Derek White's been good, but I can see him coming off the bench because Malcolm Brogdon has been good. He's been good. He's been great, actually. If you give him enough minutes, he can do some real damage. Blake Griffin should be playing. Noah Vonleh, he's been okay. Hauser, if I'm not mistaken, he's been a great shooter. They have the pieces. Celtics just need to put it together. I think they will. Joe Mazzulla, he's still figuring it out. He was on the Celtics last year, and it's just too much drama. I think the drama still from offseason still lingers there. Coach Ime Udoka, I don't know if it's not official yet that he's with the Brooklyn Nets, but Steve Nash was just fired as a head coach, and Coach Ime Udoka, next up in line, the Celtics said they're not going to stop him from getting that position, which is just crazy to me. But that's for another day. None of my business, but nonetheless, the Celtics have been looking good. They've been looking okay. I just want to see a few more signature wins from them. That's all. I mean, it's not like they got blown out from those games. I mean, they lost by 1 in overtime last night. And part of that is probably going to be because of, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford. Yeah, they got the experience, but, Malcolm Brogdon, he's new. Noah Vonleh, he's new. You still got some new guys on the team. They're still battling some injuries. They're going to get it together, but I think they need to, win some more signature games against teams. Nonetheless, it's going to be interesting. Still going to cover the Celtics. Can't wait to see what they do, what they pull off. Next, final. That's it for sports. We're going to go to battle rap. Obviously, I already did my predictions on URL's event this Sunday, November 6th. Starts at 3 p.m. Murder Mook, Geechee Gotti, Kiss, Laid, Stumbles. That's just to name a few. Arsenal, Swamp. We already did that. But last time I was here, it wasn't official. But battle rapper and rapper Tsu Surf has been arrested. I'm not gonna get into any true details on this, just because I don't want to share that part about the story. It's just what Tsu Surf means to the culture, what he means to me. Great rapper, great battle rapper. Respecting the culture, respecting the music too. He's done a lot. A lot of things he does for the media to promote a battle, but behind closed doors, all the battle rappers love him. They showed him love, and I hope he does. I hope he does well. I hope he's fine. I hope he's great. I don't know him personally. I haven't met him personally. Sources close to me, told me that situation he's in. He sees it. He finds himself in. All you can do is just hope for him. And, keep your eyes out for any new information. And I just wanted to use this as a way to say, free the wave. Nonetheless, man, that's all for this week of the Brown Bostonian Show. I am your host, Kevin Parrington Turner, a.k.a. the Brown Bostonian, a.k.a. Sir South, a.k.a. one and only, a.k.a. two and only, a.k.a. New England's finest, Boston's finest, the Black Bambino, everything. So, we here next week. Cover the Celtics, cover the Patriots. Recap of URL's event. Peace.